All right, guys, welcome back. A lot to go over here today. We're going to touch on the new information coming out that this administration is considering removing the capital gains tax on your home sale. And we'll get into that. I also want to touch on an article that just came out of Bloomberg where Morgan Stanley did some analysis of these rate buy downs and these closing cost credits and different things that builders are doing to incentivize sales. And they're pretty much saying that, no surprise to us, it's artificially keeping prices high. But then they did some estimates on how much prices would have fallen if the builders weren't doing this. And we'll get into that because I think that is super interesting. And some of the numbers are really shocking to me. I think they're going to shock you. If you guys are wondering where I am today, I am in Inglewood down on Dearborn Street. So we'll do a lap up and a lap down. Look at this bad boy. Ooh. Again, I don't know what these cars are, but sometimes I see, someone will tell me in the comments. Nice ride. So let's start off with this capital gains tax potentially being removed. So the president is saying that the cause for this is that the Federal Reserve will not lower interest rates. So they want to come up with a way, they've been talking about a way to circumvent that. And this is one of the proposals, he told reporters. Right now, if you're a single filer and you sell a home, you're not taxed on the first $250,000 of gains. If you're married, it's up to $500,000. And the opponents of this are saying it's just going to help the wealthy and hurt, lower or middle class people. Really, the only people who are going to be affected by this are people who have had homes for decades at this point. And I get it. I mean, if you bought your last house in 1980 or 1990, even the early 2000s, you could easily go over that $500,000 exclusion. But I don't think it's going to help the housing market, in my personal opinion, to remove. Would it be nice? I mean, I think it's a good bonus. Do I think it's going to spur a lot of people to sell? Not necessarily. We talked about this in a previous video because they were blaming the capital gains tax rate for slowing markets. People don't want to sell. I don't think that's going to bring a lot of people out of the woodwork. I don't think it's going to produce a lot of listings. It's certainly not going to produce a lot of buyers. We always contend we blame interest rates, we blame the capital gains tax, all this stuff. It's prices at the end of the day. Prices and wages have not kept up with the cost of housing. That's basically it. So I don't know if it's going to work. I mean, it'll definitely benefit some people. But like I said in the article, they're worried it's going to be to the detriment of a lot of others. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Would you support them removing the capital gains tax on the sale of your home? Again, this is your primary residence, guys. So if it's your second home or you're an investor, doesn't really pertain to you. But I'd be interested to see what you guys think. So I've never actually made it to the end of Dearborn Street, surprisingly. This is the Freedom Pavilion, as it was labeled when I entered. And you can see this is down here by the water. So, nice day on the water. Got people fishing. Pretty calm out there. Looking good. And real quick, guys, if you like this content, please consider hitting that like button, maybe subscribing to the channel or leaving a comment down below. It helps me out immensely, and I appreciate everybody who already has. We'll get right back to the video. So on to this construction report by Morgan Stanley. They start this off by stating home building companies now commonly reduce borrowers' mortgage rates on new homes by kicking in some of the financing. These are rate buy downs, things we've mentioned like that. They used to be temporary buy downs, but now they're giving you 30-year buy downs. So you could see why people might be taking advantage of that. They used to reset after 2 or 3 years, and we're seeing some of that happen now, that deals were done 2 to 3 years ago where it's basically an adjustable rate mortgage, and now they're resetting. Some of those people are having to sell. We went over that in another video. But they've basically stated that these efforts have artificially kept home prices elevated. And the numbers that they come up with, their estimates here, really shocked me, to be honest with you. They said homes tied to Ginnie Mae mortgages could be around 12% cheaper if builders weren't helping borrowers obtain a lower mortgage rate. That's a big deal, guys. 12%. You know, we're talking over $30,000 on a $300,000 house, over $50,000, 40 something on a $400,000 house. This is why most people, another reason why most people are going towards new construction. You know, it's not just a matter of insurance, comparable price. The insurance rates are definitely much better, but you're also seeing interest rates being brought down, and you cannot obtain that from a private seller, generally a resale, to the same degree that you can a builder. I mean, they can credit you stuff back, and they do offer that in some listings, but it's not going to be to the extent that these guys can do it. And they give you closing cost assistance as well. Like some of the times, I mean, they're throwing $30,000 to $40,000 at people to buy down their rate and assist them with closing costs, and it keeps their prices elevated. But it doesn't, even with their prices elevated, because resale sellers are so stuck on the numbers that they've been stuck on, these still look like the better deal. And honestly, it makes sense. I get it. Now, that has been the theme of this season, is really the past 2 years here in Southwest Florida, is new construction has been battling with resale sellers and winning steadily, consistently. Now, we did just get an earnings report from D.R. Horton and Pulte Homes, and it looks like they're both doing pretty good. They're even cutting prices or giving these incentives. They're doing okay. So D.R. Horton's taking more of a Lennar stance right now. A few weeks back, we covered Lennar saying we're basically going to keep building and we're going to cut prices. We're going to give incentives. We're going to try to be the best deal in town. D.R. Horton, in their earnings call, seemed to echo that as well now. Now, they're going to be more selective of where they do this. They said it's going to be very community specific, but looks like they're going to somewhat match Lennar's aggression. Pulte Homes, which does Devasta, like Beach Walk down here, Del Webb, Semtex, they're being a little more, they're planting their feet a little more. And that's kind of what I've seen at some of their communities, is they basically say they sell a premium product and it demands a premium price. And sometimes, considering the location, it does. So they've been mostly firm, surprisingly, over the previous year or two on their stance on at least lowering the price. Now, they will do quick move-in specials. You can get some great deals on those. And I go over that quite often. Basically, if you were to do a quick move-in, a home built from the ground up comparable with where you pick stuff out would probably be, I've said this before, about 10 to 20% higher. And since I mentioned Beach Walk and I'm right down the street, I'm going to take you through a tour of their largest model. It's over 4,000 square feet. It's kind of crazy. It's a Layton with a pool. Let's take a look. Okay, guys, so the standard Layton is 2,970 square feet here at Beach Walk, but the one we're going to go through actually has an upstairs added on. So it's going to bring this floor plan to over 4,000 square feet. Current base configuration starting at 806 down there. Let's take a look. So like I mentioned, guys, you're going to see here this elevated entry because it has the second floor on it. This one's going to have 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, plus a den. You already saw the 3-car garage. This may take a bit to get through because this is probably the largest house I think I've ever toured on the channel at over 4,000 square feet. And I want to highlight everything about it. I don't want to rush through it. You see the grand entryway here. We'll get you upstairs, of course, and get you a view over that balcony. But we're going to take our time through here. I'll try to speed up things where I can. It's just a massive house. So pretty standard for the new construction. If you guys have seen a lot of my walkthroughs or any others on YouTube, you're going to get your dedicated in-law guest suite right here when you come in, with its own bath, has its own shower, a great size room. You guys know by now that I really like when these are right off the entryway. And this is also going to be a similar configuration to other homes we've seen, in that every bedroom's going to be pretty well segregated away from each other in different areas of the house, but this is the first guest bedroom. Now, I'll shoot you upstairs. You have a nice loft. I like that there's a sink and like a wine bar, a little coffee bar, whatever you want to do up here. But you have this awesome space where you could pretty much stay up here. I mean, you could be self-sufficient up here. This could also be a guest suite. I like that it's open. You can keep all your guitars on the wall, all your extra guitars. So this space is a little strange to me. I mean, it's storage at the end of the day, but you want access to this door because these are your air handlers. So I don't know this particular little storage space, how much you can do in here, because you don't want to lose access to that door. That's just my opinion. Great view out the front. So up here, you do have another bedroom and its own dedicated bath. You have your storage right there, your linen, if you will. And I'm going to try and get you kind of see what the tile and everything looks like on here. A lot of this stuff is standard, which is nice on this model. But this is a great size bedroom, and just it's really private up here. I mean, you could be self-sufficient up here, and you just have to come down to cook. Or you want to throw a hot plate up here? Maybe, I don't know. So here is the view off of your little balcony of your entryway. And we'll get you back downstairs after one more shot of this living area. We'll get a little speedy here. So as you can see, it's a very grand home. This is your den. There are some configurations. I think you can do a 5th bedroom. What's interesting about this upstairs is you can do it on the Mystique as well too now. So there's all kinds of different configurations that you can add to these homes, which I like. They're very versatile. Very nice dedicated dining area here. We're going to take you to the second wing of the home. There's going to be another guest bedroom. That's your garage. We'll get you in there. But here's your laundry area. Get the utility sink, everything you need. And of course, I can't skip the garage. We'll show you the 3-car. Got the epoxied floor. I've learned my lesson. I don't skip garages anymore. Sometimes I go in they're dark, though, because I forget to turn the lights. So this is going to be your second guest area. Again, storage here on the left, a linen. But you've basically got everything you need here with a tub on this one. You didn't get the tub in the previous area. So, or the one downstairs at least. Nice size, spacious room. I like the closet organizer. Does not come standard, guys. Whip you back out here to the dining area so we can get a real good look at this living space. It's enormous. And that tray ceiling does come standard from what I'm told. So I like the cabinetry up top, really more decorative. You know, it's kind of hard to get to, but it gives the kitchen a great look. Got your vented hood here. And as always, I'll spin you past the island, kind of give you, this is home base for the home. They say the kitchen's the heart of the home. So I try to give this view of what it looks like straight on all the time. And of course, Beach Walk is a gas community, so you have your gas cooktop there. We've got a microwave and an oven and a nice size pantry as well. This is also not going to be standard, but they did a really nice job what they put in there. And you get a little dedicated eatery area. Some people have turned it into like a coffee bar there as well too. You could do a lot of stuff there. One more spin through the living space. Look how far away the door is. That's crazy. This blows me away. I think this is one of the biggest homes I've ever been in. So here's your primary, excellent size. I mean, that's a king size bed. You're not wanting for room in here. I think the primary bath is a good size as well. You get your dual vanities here on the right. The closet is a nice size. Again, that is not standard back there, but it is a nice size, so it gives you kind of an idea of what you can do. Decent size seating bench. And this is a deep shower as well. So get your privacy toilet right here on the right. You have your storage on the left, your linens, and here is your primary. Now, it's not as large as something like the Stellar. If you guys saw my Stellar walkthrough, that thing it's crazy. So there's different trade-offs with it. We'll rush you out to the pool here. We'll try to wrap this up quick. Outdoor kitchen on the right. This is your half bath out here as well. So over here on the left, this does not connect to the house. This is just a dedicated pool bath, but I think it's really well done. And I put the light on, and then I realized I probably didn't need to. It looked fine without the light, but sometimes the light gives it a weird tint. But you do get the tile in here and some additional storage as well. So some people getting mixed reviews. Some people want the pool bath to have access into the house. Some people don't. I guess it's a personal preference. Just everything is done really grand in this house. So even the sliders are not your typical size. Picture view cage. You got your pool, your spa, water features, sun shelf. Again, everybody's got different takes on the sun shelf lately. So we'll see if it stays in style, if it goes out of style. But let me know what you guys think of this place in the comments below. So interesting to see these articles confirm these shadow price drops, basically. what we've kind of been saying here all along. I know a lot of other channels have covered it as well, but just to see it confirmed and even in theory for them to say new construction would be 12% lower if some of these buy downs weren't in place is absolutely crazy. They're saying that up to 30% of new construction financed through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac is getting some form of buy down. That's sky high. That's crazy. Up to 75% of new construction purchased with Ginnie Mae is getting some sort of buy down. So yeah, it's I mean, it's hard to turn down. We know people work on payments, and even if they don't like the price, you know, if they can lower your payment by a substantial amount and then tell you, hey, you don't got to bring any closing costs, just show up with your down payment. It's enticing. It's enticing. I mean, it's like, I get it. But to see that kind of number in front of you, because no one's really been able to quantify it. No one's really wanted to touch that time bomb to even talk about, hey, how much is this really affecting pricing? Well, now they're starting to get into it. So I suspect we will see more of that. And I am seeing adjustable rate mortgage offers being thrown around a lot now. So, I mean, they're long terms. They're at least 5 years or 7 years, but we haven't muttered the word adjustable rate mortgage this frequently here. Man, I don't know, in the better part of 2 decades. So, what are we building here? Oh, we're building, what is this going to be? Premier amenities, villas. Oh, interesting. Waterfront villas coming to the end of Dearborn. I am going to have to scoop this out, probably check out that QR code, and maybe we'll take a look at this, guys.
Okay, guys, so this is the link that it took me to. Buchan's Bayside, established 1916. It looks like everything is still conceptual here. I mean, obviously none of this is where we just walked by on the video. Residences. They did say only 18 villas left, so I assume this is pre-sale. I don't know if they've actually got anybody to buy these. I have really these are just the floor plans. No indication on what is actually going on here. Restaurant. Waterfront restaurants. Looks cool. Oh, I kind of like this. That would be nice to have there, not going to lie. Amenities, experience the pinnacle of luxury, purpose, rooftop views, yada, 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 yada. Okay. I don't know. This sounds like it's conceptual. Our team, meet the team. It's big old team. Any more information? Let's check the old Facebooker. The old Bookski. Real estate restaurant classified as, that's the website I just went to. As we continue our amazing day, we take a stroll over to the amazing Buchanan's restaurant. But there's no restaurant there. Grab a bite and listen to Steel catering the menu. Enjoy your meal, sit back and relax, soak up the sunset. It was, what, April 1st. Is this a joke? I don't know. There's no restaurant here. Was there a restaurant here? Okay, so I had to cheat and go into Google AI to figure out what is going on here. It says it's not destroyed, so there wasn't something there. Looks like it's saying they suggest a recent reacquisition of the property by the original family, whoever owned it, in 2022. Vision to make the special spot available to the public. It does look like it would be cool, but apparently there is nothing there right now. So I don't know what's going on with that Facebook post. But I guess, I don't know if anybody's got any info on this or how far along it is. Let me know in the comments below.
All right, friends, thanks for tuning in. That's going to do it for me today. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.